Trying to get better at Yu-Gi-Oh! Be like... So we have a different shade of Robbie today, but the number one asked question, honestly, on this channel is, how do I get better at Yu-Gi-Oh? And you saw by the beautiful intro skit that absolute truth being told there. So these are going to be some of my initial thoughts. Now, I know throughout time and space, all the different Robbies have talked about these iterations and the things that you can do to become a better duelist, things. So let's talk about them. There's going to be no set order to these. We're going to talk about as many as I can think of off the top of my head that I think are important. Number one, understand that you're going to have to spend money. There is no bullshit theory about this. You will be spending some amount of money in this game, whether or not it is to entry fee, to buy a card and resell them, to spend gas money to go to an event. There will be some sort of monetary exchange for your time for playing this game. That's why it's very important to understand that you can't play this game for totally free. Even if you have friends that loan you everything, you're still going to be spending money on a tournament, or you're still going to be paying for food for that day. So there will be some sort of loss of money for you playing this. Now, I've loved the countless comments that I've read before. It's like, well, you know, my friends loan me everything, I don't have to spend money. Well, you know, that pack of sleeves you're buying, real fucking shame if it was $4. But the game of Yu-Gi-Oh! Does involve some sort of monetary exchange, whether or not a lack of, or therefore, if you want to own cards. Now, this is another big one. For those of you that only play Duel Links and you haven't played the physical version of the card game, I have bad news for you. Every fucking piece of cardboard that you are looking to acquire, anything in general, just to own a piece, you know, even if it's not a Yu-Gi-Oh card, no, to physically own cards, these things, they cost some money. And you're basically paying for the equity to have that resource. So it's not necessarily a bad thing, but you have to understand that if you want to be truly good at this game, you're going to need a lot of money. Because fucking hand traps are a real motherfucker. They're expensive. 3 Ash Blossoms, 3 evenly matched. As I'm making this video, Ash Blossoms are hitting 80s. God, that's $240. Instead of evenly matched, it's $180. That is 6 cards of your 40 in the main deck, 15 in the side, 15 in the extra, of your literal 70 cards that you need to play. Some of the stuff's a lot cheaper than others, but money, money, money. You know, you always hear the reference to the cash grab, you know, new cards coming out, you know, pay to win concept theories, you know. In the boldest of shapes, pay to win is literally just that. You have to spend money in order to win. That's how it works. Number 2, fucking playtest. This one should be no-brainer whatsoever. In addition to getting a raise at your office and acquiring new powerful cards to help you play the game, playtest. And when I say playtest, you guys have seen some of the videos over on the Gauntlet channel that I've played in where I had no idea what the fuck I was doing. I'm not gonna lie to you. You know, I just recently learned last week that you could add from the great, if your double helix gets ogred, you get to add the card to your hand instead of special summoning it. Reading your cards is a real motherfucker. And I can definitely say that without any uncertainty that I'm a dumbass. But practicing applications makes perfect. I can tell you that in my prime, when I was playing Gadgets, a lot of the combos and a lot of the things I learned, you know, I would go as far as to playing every deck in the format, learn how those decks played, and to learn how to counteract them. And that was a lot of knowledge in some of those formats. You know, you had to be as good with the tier 1 deck to be able to pilot your anti-meta version to beat that deck. You know, you're literally going 2 steps further when you could just play said meta deck to beat the meta. But at the end of the day, as all is said and done, you know, I won't get that opportunity again for a while, unless it was Monarchs, but it was a different day and age. But practice. Only you can prevent forest fires, but only you will know how much time is dedicated in your day. There are 24 hours in a day, not 28, not 25, not that weird fancy shit. There are 24. If you sleep for 8 of them, you've got 16 left. If you work 12 hours a day, you got 4 hours left. If you think you are eating, taking a shower, and playing Yu-Gi-Oh! In that 4-hour time span, you probably are not doing anything social that day. So understand, a lot of people are on that schedule. A lot of people work 8 hours a day. A lot of people need time to rewind. It's some people working 2 jobs, but you need to, in your window, if you want to be good at this game, you need to set time aside and fill in that time. Even if it's 10-20 minutes watching a YouTube video on the combo while you're taking a shit. It's called doubling up. You're learning the initial combos, so you are bettering yourself at general play. Number 3, learn what the fuck is going on in the metagame. Now, this one ties into playtesting, but there are a lot of social circles out there that know the next best thing. They know the tech choice for the event. They know a lot of things. Get in with friends. Social networking is very important. And this is literally where playtesting circles come in. If you're net decking a deck, so say YCS just happened, and you're planning on net decking that deck and playing it 2 weeks from now, the metagame is probably going to evolve. You need to assess where it's going to go. You need to be watching some top-rated dueling book. Dueling network doesn't exist anymore. You need to be paying attention to these trends and these changes in the metagame to adapt. Now, you won't get this ability until you are much older in the game, unless you're just a godsend and you can accurately read everything. But predictability for card changes, understanding where things are going, and just general things like that. Don't be shocked when your opponent fucking pulls something out of their asshole that you've never read in your game's time. Number 4, read your cards. This goes back to point number 2. You know how many times I've flipped Fossil Dyna or summoned Fossil Dyna pack of Cephalo at regional and had people not know what it's done or does? 6 times. That is way more than I ever would thought. There are constantly new people coming into this game every day. And you should probably stay educated on the card pool so you're not totally surprised. Now, take Ramanju Dieza as an example here, from the YCS in San Diego. I wouldn't have planned for that. The kid took a lot of people by surprise. That surprise factor, pulling something out of the hat every once in a while to put people on tilt, just for the general, what the fuck, where did that come from? It's not a bad thing. Honestly, the surprise factor is what will get you a lot of wins on uneducated opponents. Seeing strategies and learning, I've seen that before, or dude, I haven't seen this in years. Wouldn't be surprised if I saw Burning Abyss player in today's day and age that was main decking 3 Vanity Fiends, but a lot of people probably wouldn't think about that because it's been 2 years since we've seen that strategy. Probably seen it a little bit more recently, but it's just my example. Look back into previous formats, learn some of the things that they were doing, some of the trends, learn about the old basics, and you never know when being able to know that you can damage up a card effect over just a regular activation might win you a game. It's the worthless knowledge that can get you there, and it's really strange to say that. Outside of that, honestly, there's not much else you need. Those are honestly the most basics of basics. You gotta have money to get the resources. You gotta be able to get them at the most cost effective for your budget, which should not be anything of a shocker to you guys. You need to make sure that you have time to play this game. No, I'm not saying that you need to put hours into it, but I've also seen people go to events with 0 fucking practice and top the regionals, It's not a shocker. I've seen it happen. They literally ask pull. Previous knowledge and current knowledge, picking up Grand Manju, going and topping an event with that deck because you're the master of that deck, or seeing me come out of nowhere, playing gadgets. Previous experiences do help. They help build endurance. They help build things. It's literally rinse, wash, and repeat. You know, if you go to your first event and for some reason your body's not adapted to playing fucking 8 rounds in a day, you're gonna be there for like 12, 13 hours. Not understanding to eat, not understanding to take a breather and relax, not understanding when to scoop when you're going into time is another important thing. Just general maintenance of turnout structure, the general education that comes around it. Read the policy documents. You know, Konami has them posted publicly. Read things, ask questions. If you have specific things, ask the head judge running the event. You know, we're currently in a time in the game's history where you need to clarify your rulings for that event with the head judge to make sure that everything is going correctly. Same thing with altered cards. If for some reason you were playing a card in your deck that has the picture altered, or you're worried about the condition of the card, talk to your head judge for the event. It's very straightforward. Same thing applies with regionals or locals. Talk to the head judge. You know, talk to the store owner, ask him who the head judge is, work your way up the ladder, get to know them. You know, nothing wrong with asking questions. You're not annoying anybody. It gets annoying after like the 7,000th question, but you know, don't be too much of a curious George. This is all I have, honestly. I'll leave a comment down below. Tell me what you guys think. If you guys have strategies and things that you do. And this was very generic. I didn't really give a lot of examples about what I do to get better at the game, but, you know, it's all about money. Money. Alright, I'm out. Deuces. The ride never ends, guys. Make sure you enable those notifications to get the latest videos that are being posted on this channel. Make sure you guys check out VanCole40 for my Cardfight Vanguard channel. And join me and House of Champions on the Zodiac Duelist TV Twitch stream. We'll be interacting with our audiences. And please check out No Limit Gaming and LGTCG.com for the cheapest trading cards on the market. Thanks for watching, guys, and please have a good day.